Respect podcast, y'all.
Why something just happened?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what. Ooh, I'm gonna introduce myself first. I am Leek. This is Kyle, and what I just read from Joel Embiid is crazy.
Oh, man.
Yo,
if Malik is laughing, this might be R-rated.
He's talking about Myles Turner. He said he's a great player, and I have a lot of respect for him. I say this respectfully, but that matchup I've dominated since I got in the league, and that's crazy.
He tweeted that?
I don't know if he tweeted it. I don't know if it was an interview, but that is crazy.
Right. No, wow.
On to better things, though.
Yeah, I was going to start off with some UConn women's basketball.
I was just going to say happy Women's History Month.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so.
Facts. Shout out to the ladies.
Facts. So we could talk about women's.
All women.
Yeah, facts. We could talk about
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a perfect way to start off, then.
Yeah, facts.
Honestly, I must have forgot that it was Women's History Month, and that's just disrespect, especially for what I do and what I stand for. All right, I'm gonna have to make up to y'all. But right now we're gonna be covering. Hopefully, this is making it up, right?
Yeah,
not making it up, but who are you to tell me if I'm making it up, right? Yeah. But the UConn women's basketball team. There's a couple of things in the news that have been going absolutely viral. One thing in particular, let's start with what's been going on the court, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So on the court for UConn women's, Paige Bueckers, the last 5 games, and we just, actually, when we recorded this, Marquette had just finished playing, so UConn beat Marquette 63-53. Mm-hmm. That's 11 straight wins, by the way.
Okay.
Dominance.
Impressive.
And then Paige Bueckers, though, 48 assists to 10 turnovers. That's over the last 5 games prior to this game.
That's great. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby
for a freshman. Straight out of high school. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Not too shabby for an 18, 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Definitely
17,
probably,
18
right.
18-year-old.
Right. And then over those 5 games, she was averaging 16.6. So still scoring, still putting the ball in the bucket. And her teammate, who also is a freshman, Laya Edwards.
Okay.
She had a double-double in the last 3 games. Easy. And she actually, if I'm not mistaken, here we go. Laya Edwards, 24 minutes, 16 points. This is just today, so I'm just getting these. 8 rebounds.
Easy.
Great. Ooh, a double-double.
Slight work.
Light work. And so yeah, they've won 11 straight. And then another thing that I know you wanted to talk about, if you wanted to just let the crowd know what was on your mind.
I want to say something about Paige. Also a record breaker in assists for UConn in a single game, 14 assists.
Yes.
Against Butler.
Yes.
Couple nights ago. It's
14 dimes, 14 dishes. I forgot. That definitely led to the 48-10 ratio, but that's outstanding.
The game just comes natural to her. She's gonna be special. She is special, but she's gonna develop even more.
Right.
She's gonna develop even more.
And then one day, maybe. But I love college. I love college athletics, and this is just. I'm glad to see, Paige, Aliyah, people going, starting off really young, and we're seeing that next generation of stars.
Special to see. It's definitely special to see.
You know what else is special to see? Also, a former UConn woman. So this is just Gino. You're doing a great job coaching these young women into the women and athletes out there. Renee Montgomery. So that is incredible.
Part owner of the Atlanta Dream.
Former player.
Former Atlanta Dream player.
Right.
Last season.
You know what that reminded me of?
What?
That reminded me of just one missing aspect, the fact that she's not playing anymore. I think she's 30. Don't quote me on her age. I think she's 34 or 37, that range. Yeah. Mid-30s. Let's say mid-30s. But that's some Jackie Moon.
I like
that's
that.
Some Jackie Moon right there. Imagine owning, playing, all that. But listen, I was digging. I'm like, oh wow, Renee Montgomery. I couldn't remember exactly who that was, but when I saw that she was a former player and then buys a part of the team. That doesn't even happen in any sport, right?
Nah, it doesn't. Shout out to Renee Montgomery. You're doing wonderful things. Wonderful things. A role model for young players, people that look like her, young women, just awesome, very
Absolutely.
awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm proud. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Doesn't go hot, but
yeah. Speaking about golf, I'm glad Tiger's doing okay.
oh wow, yeah, I forgot about. I shouldn't have forgot about that.
Yeah,
but
shout out to Tiger. I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah, definitely in our prayers. You feel me? I hope you recover well and Godspeed. What else we have going on?
No, honestly, what was really on my mind these last couple of days was that, you know, that Renee Montgomery buy-in, because I was trying to think of an owner that played for a team and then bought back, and I'm sure there are out there, but
Jordan, but that's like
no way. Jordan's not a Chicago Bulls.
he's not I thought you meant like player,
former player for that organization.
Yeah, I thought you meant player.
No, I mean we've seen Derek Jeter has a team, and that's in Miami, right? Yeah. So that's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be pretty cool. And they don't have the numbers, and for the numbers people out there, her net worth's around like I don't mean in pocket watch, but like 2 to 4 million.
Yeah.
And the New York Liberty, when they were bought, they were bought for around that 12 to 14 million range.
Yeah,
and that's a higher.
That's
New York,
man.
And that's chump change. No, listen, the value only increases, and especially the viewership went up in the bubble. So we do want to see growth, and that's a great investment. I think that she wouldn't be investing, and who she invested with, Larry Gottesdiener. I think they got that right, Gottesdiener.
Yeah.
He's a real estate investor, so he's the majority. And then Renee Montgomery is going to give kudos to Suzanne Aber. She's the president of Northland Invest Corporation in Massachusetts, which is the firm that Gottesdiener founded. But that's just incredible to see her be a part of something like that.
For real, that's really important. Really important for Black history. Really important for woman history. Just
American history,
world history.
Yes.
Is just
yes.
And there's more to be done to put women in higher positions. There's more to be done,
and it's good to see results of it.
Yes,
it's good to see it. It's happening right in front of you. And social change does take a while, but you have to be active now. Like, you always have to be actively doing it in order for it to happen eventually.
Yeah.
So we have to continue to be active, continue to see. That's just beautiful. It's just beautiful to see Renee Montgomery get in that position. I mean, maybe I could buy maybe I could invest some money into my old high school, Malvern football. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That's at a way smaller level, but I'm sure that she still feels it to be a piece of that family, that family organization. And I'm definitely gonna keep tabs. We just said on the last podcast, right? We were talking about that. I barely snuck in the Atlanta Dream, and all of a sudden it popped up just like a dream, coming to real life. And now I definitely want to focus a little bit more on Atlanta. I focus a little bit on New York Liberty.
Yeah.
Obviously, focus on UConn women's basketball. But, as a man that's trying to, find my fandom, find my fandom in women's sports, Atlanta's going to be up there. And I love the city, so I'd love to possibly catch a New York-Atlanta, dream game.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would definitely be dope. I'm just so proud of Renee, man. It's just like, that's just dope.
That's so dope.
That's so dope. You love to see it.
Yeah, and what else happened? Did a lot of NFL news.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of NFL news.
A lot.
I don't know how you feel about the J.J. Watt deal. People are saying they overpaid. 2 years, a little bit over $30 million. But it's J.J. Watt. Like, J.J. Watt only does good for your locker room, your team.
If J.J. Watt...
He's a run plugger. Still can rush the passer.
Yeah. One thing J.J. Watt is going to give That's his role. J.J. Watt's a baller. J.J. Watt is a locker room hero, a role model, etc. J.J. Watt, you give that man his coins. He deserves every bit of that money.
But you don't believe that it makes them a Super Bowl contender? And I know it's not always about the winning, always, but...
I looked back at it. I looked back on what I said.
What'd you say before? So just
because I told Kyle that they're not a Super Bowl contender. I still stand on they're one more piece. They're one more piece, and
I mean I think that's like probably like a corner.
Yeah, they're one more piece, and they're also they also need more development from Kyler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see it.
And it's like it's not criticism. It's just he's just young. Yeah, you can't help his age. But
it's a good thing. They're happy that he's not at his peak. But
they definitely have a good defensive front. They have Chandler Jones on the defensive front, but their defense, especially
Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt are going to be collapsing that pocket left and right.
What do you do?
And if you put them on the same side,
good God.
Especially if you're playing a quarterback and he's a righty, and you put those two people on the offense's right, let them run full speed, screaming at these righty quarterbacks. Have the righty quarterbacks have to run to their left, fishtail out, and try to make those difficult throws, the ones that Patrick Mahomes had to contort his body to even get a ball off in the Super Bowl. That is going to be something for Arizona. I want to see my Arizona people. I'm going to see my Arizona people real soon because I want to see that defense go crazy. I'm going to be out there. I know fans are coming out there. I want to be there ASAP as soon as I can. I want to see that because I was already saying it's a show in Arizona. Yeah. I was already saying it was a show in Arizona. Now J.J. Watt's there. That's a celebrity superstar.
Arizona sports just made a whole complete 360.
Wait, what's going on in the basketball realm out there?
Fourth seed. Don't quote me on this. Fourth seed, the Suns. Fourth seed in the West.
Okay.
It's just the culture. The culture in Arizona is fourth seed, 22-11, 2 All-Stars.
Oh, 22-11. I did not expect that at all.
22-11, 2 All-Stars, and Devin Book.
CP3,
that's
right?
my boy Devin Book. In the last episode, I talked about Devin Book and my stance on Devin Book. Great guy.
And you were very. I looked at you said he was gonna be the highest paid.
Yeah.
And by the time in 2024, and I looked and I was like, wow. Yeah. That's potentially gonna happen. Because he stands alone at that time when he's a free agent. But yeah, I guess in Arizona, how is Ayton?
Ayton, he's
how's
nice
he been
too.
doing?
He could hoop. He's doing his thing. Like he gets quiet. He's not.
Well, he's a traditional center, right?
Yeah, traditional center. But he puts up numbers. He puts up low key numbers, and people don't talk about Ian as much. But they play.
What it takes for people to talk about you. That's to get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and get to those big stages. That's how you earn your name.
They definitely get into the playoffs for sure. They're 11-6 home record, 11-5 away record.
They're cleaning it up.
8-2 in their last games. They're cleaning up shop and they're
cleaning up shop. Phoenix, the Suns.
Phoenix,
the Suns. They're cleaning up shop.
The Suns is cleaning up shop. Arizona.
What do you think? I know it's way too early, but okay, what do you think their best matchup is? What do you think Phoenix's best matchup is for week 1 of playoff play?
Week 1.
Week 1.
Oh, you're talking about?
I mean, first round. Sorry. Come on. Let me start over, everybody. What team do you feel Phoenix has the best chance against in the first round of playoffs? in the West, obviously. Who do you think? Because
I really can't answer that question because
who do you think their best I mean,
because let me tell you why.
And let's think that the team that they're going to play against, let's say they fizzle to that 5 or 6 range. Let's see the top 4 Western Conference teams in your opinion.
So the top 4 Western Conference teams, in my opinion, not stats wise.
Yes.
Not standings wise.
In your opinion.
Okay.
All that. Listen, you could be a stat nerd. You could be all teach tape and film kind of person.
I'm both.
But you gotta combine them, right?
A little bit of both.
You have to combine them because, I mean, there's no percentage out there to combine.
Yeah.
But you have to use your eyes and you have to use your brain and you also have to use a little bit of your heart and just speak with that.
So top 4 teams. I have the Jazz winning the West. Sorry, not winning the West. I'm so sorry. I have the Jazz.
I was like,
Jazz first place.
Okay.
Lakers second.
Okay.
Clippers third.
Okay. Who's your one more?
The 4th. That's hard. And then that 4th.
Let's say it's not the Suns.
Let's say it's not the Suns. I like the way the Spurs are the 5th seed, and I like the way the Spurs are hooping. DeMar DeRozan is really hooping like this year, and nobody is talking about him.
I haven't. He's not looking at him at all.
And he's not everyone's saying snub. The Western Conference is too deep for him to be a snub, but he is having a great season.
I believe it. You know better than I. You know better than I.
26 games in, averaging 20.3 points, 7 assists, 49% from the field, 89% from the line. DeMar DeRozan's always been nice to me because he's so old school. Like,
yeah,
he's so old school. Mid range first.
Does he remind you of anybody? Who does DeMar DeRozan remind you of? And we're thinking old school. I'm thinking old school too.
Honestly, Kobe. He doesn't play like Kobe.
He's a mid-range, like he dominates the mid-range, you're saying?
He modeled his game after Kobe. So it's like, and you see where you can see where. You can see where. Like, so it's like, I'm gonna say
Kobe was a better 3-point shooter.
Yeah, for sure. Like, but you can see where you can see that DeMar DeRozan plays like Kobe. Even he could tell you himself that he models his game. He modeled his game after Kobe. You feel me?
He's so old school though. Like he's the true definition.
I love it
of a old school wing.
Mid range is not dead, y'all. The mid range is not dead. It's still an important part in basketball. It's not just threes and flashy dunks. And the Spurs always been fundamentally sound. We know that. History is
the Spurs were winning at the beginning of when 3-point shots became more prevalent. They were still, they had guys that could hit the 3.
Yeah, Brent Berry. We had like the low key guys. Brent Berry, Robert Horry. They still got Patty Mills.
Patty Mills. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay.
Danny Granger. Shout out to Long Island. Shout out to Babylon.
Granger?
Yeah. Danny Granger. Oh, I'm sorry.
Danny Green. Shout out Long Island.
Right.
Danny Granger. I don't know where he's from. Danny Granger, where he sound like he's from?
I don't know, but Danny Granger. Danny
Granger sound like he's from somewhere in the South.
I don't know, but
somewhere from the South. He gives me like ranch.
But
let me look him up.
We kind of sidetracked it, but
of course.
We always facts. But Phoenix Sports they're in good hands. I don't know. I don't know about the Coyotes as much. And even no.
Yeah, and Granger's from New Orleans.
Oh yeah. Even the women's team in Phoenix.
Yeah, you have spectacular.
Yeah, spectacular.
You have GOAT.
Yeah,
you have the GOAT.
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Grinder's OD.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough. The fact that Seattle's so overpowered, I feel like I love the WNBA.
It's a balance.
I love the WNBA.
It's a balance right now. Skylar Diggins.
The WNBA, yes. The WNBA, they need to expand.
Yeah.
There's so much talent just like polluting on each team now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, these are super teams of women's basketball. I want them to expand. I mean, I'm lucky enough. We live in New York.
Yeah.
We have a team. I don't know, but what city do you feel like should just like open up to it? You know, what cities do you feel like should adopt a WNBA team? Because we could even think like, okay, the NBA has even like some like not random cities, but
yeah,
they have cities that support their teams that are small market, like a Milwaukee, like Orlando,
like Orlando, like Indiana Pacers. I feel like New York needs another team.
Oh, nah, you can't do that.
I'm not a New York fan.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I used to be a Sparks fan, and my favorite player, Candace Parker, went to Chicago, so we rocking with Chicago now.
Okay.
But it's only right. New York.
You can't. I think it's too early for another team. I could be wrong. What do I know? But like, I feel like it's just too early for New York because I feel like it gets competitive in a market that they're still trying to grow.
Probably Houston.
Okay. Yeah.
Houston.
Oh yeah.
Because Texas is a big state. They already have. They have a team in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could see a Houston.
That's a
Houston team. That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. WNBA. We said Dallas for a second.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the most clutch shot I have ever seen with my eyes, like during not in action, like I was on my TV screen, but live, was Arike Ogunbowale at Notre Dame. And I'm a Notre Dame women's. I love Notre Dame. I love obviously UConn. You love the dominance and the tradition and everything that they do at UConn. But I'm a Notre Dame guy. I love Notre Dame since I was a kid. I wanted to go to Notre Dame. I wasn't smart enough for Notre Dame, but I love Notre Dame. I was when I was on the phone with my mom when that shot happened, and I was like, "Mom, did you just see that?" Like we were just yelling, just going crazy. And I think that might have been the moment where I was like, I always loved all sports. I was kind of like the person, you know me to be the sporty kid, the dude that loves all sports, that wants to do it all. Yeah. But like that made me really fall in love with and Skylar Diggins too. Skylar Diggins back in the day with Notre Dame. That wasn't the first time I fell in love with Notre Dame women's basketball. But when Arike Ogunbowale hit that shot, everybody knows what it's. If your team has ever won a championship, that's one thing. Yeah. That's exciting. That's everything. But when your team makes a shot at the end to win it at the buzzer, you know what that feels like because of Ray Allen.
Facts.
What did that feel like when Ray Allen hit that shot? What happened through your Miami fan head?
I cried because I was like, I thought the series was over. They had the yellow ropes. The announcers saying the game was. Well, not saying it. Really? They can't say it, but.
But they were basically implying that?
Yeah. And it's like you see the yellow ropes around the front row. I'm like, I'm still watch though, but I'm tearing up. Then all you hear, LeBron shoots it, rebound Bosh, Ray on the corner, bang, bang. And bro, I'm in
Who called that? Do you know?
Mike Bean.
Okay.
And so I'm in the PlayStation Xbox party with my friends. And I'm crying, hysterically crying. But like I feel like most of anything that happened in sports major like that, I was in the either PlayStation party or I was in the Xbox party. Like that Notre Dame shot, I was in the Xbox party.
When Arike hit it?
Yes, we were all watching it. We was all watching it. It happened. So we was like, yo, that's crazy. Like that's crazy. It was some like Jordan like type shot. It was impressive.
I'm still like thinking. I want to watch it right now.
What's that thing that you had to be there? You had to be there. Twitter like that's you had to be there.
You just had to be there. Nah, I should tweet that.
Cold-blooded.
I'm gonna tweet that when this video drops. Yeah, honestly,
cold-blooded shot.
You just had to be there.
You just had to be there.
When Arike Ogunbowale nailed that three to win it all.
You just had to be there. Like,
you just had to be there.
You know, it's just
one of those moments, one of those special moments. Oh, man, that was so clutch. And the part of the reason why I brought that up was because, like, I don't like to even compare that shot to anything ever, because it was just a special moment. It's just a special moment that should just be isolated.
We don't compare clutch shots. That's a big. Y'all heard me say this before. Big time players make big time plays. She's a big time player. She made a big time play. Point blank period.
And she's still making those plays in Dallas.
Yes.
Today, to this day, she's still making. She obviously during the game fancy layups, but then at the end of the game, daggers,
cold-blooded
daggers, and it's like, yo, people need to watch her. Like, if you're a basketball player, I don't care what your name is, I don't care where you're from, but if you play basketball, you pick that basketball up, you watch Arike Gumbawale play. Watch how she finishes at the rim.
If you watch
how she hits daggers. Watch how she keeps her composure when she's making those tough shots.
If you play basketball,
I don't care who you are.
You should watch it. Everybody. Doesn't matter what gender.
Watch the greats.
You could learn something from a Sue Bird.
Anybody.
You could learn something from a Diana Taurasi.
If you better learn something.
Yeah,
man.
facts.
You better learn something from the greats.
It's legends. When you mention Chris Paul, you can mention Diana Taurasi, like vice versa. Like
you don't always have to, name, like, try to compare a woman to a male player.
Exactly.
And this is crazy because Crystal Dunn, she's a U.S. women's soccer star.
Uh-huh.
And she's actually from our community, like basically like around the corner.
Yeah. Rockville Center, right?
Yeah, she's from Rockville Center.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to giving away our location.
Oh yeah.
So, but Crystal Dunn, she can play it all. She can do it all.
Yeah. And
I remember I was talking to one of my friends who was training, and I remember when he was doing like these agility drills, he wants to get faster.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working with him like through some acceleration and talking about like agility. And then one of the people I really thought of when I was thinking about body lean, specifically just one thing about an athlete, is their body lean. Can they lower their back and still keep their hips forward, and keep that lean so that they can run and propel themselves forward?
Yeah.
I thought about Crystal Dunn right away because I remember I was watching a ball got lobbed over her head by yards. It was they booted it from the defense, right?
Oh,
booted downfield.
Okay.
And so then it was coming to her, her side of the field.
Yeah.
And she was like 40 yards away, but I just remember seeing her go full speed so fast. Crystal Dunn's acceleration and body lean is something that all athletes can take with them. And that's something small, and it's something that, may not make the headlines, and like it's not going to be a stat. It's going to be more about like training and like what preparation looks like and your body performing at a high level. That's just one of the things that you could do as a fan. It's like, okay, even though I just naturally thought of Crystal Dunn, that after that moment, I definitely said to myself, wow, look at, that's pretty cool that I could talk to another guy, about this great athlete that's a woman. Because you're an athlete. You're a woman, yeah. But you're an athlete that's a woman. You're not a woman athlete. You're an athlete that's a woman.
Yeah. You're human, just like both of us.
I don't have to. Nobody says to me, "Oh, Kyle, you're a male athlete. Oh, you're a man athlete." Like when they mention me, "Oh, he's a man athlete. Oh, he's a," Exactly. And obviously I'm a football player, so the equivalent of football, there's not as much right now when it comes to the women game, which I would love to see if women football keep growing. I don't get that. But as soon as it's, is that a female athlete? Oh, is that a woman athlete?
Yeah.
Is that a girl athlete? It's like, stop. No, this is an athlete first. You're an athlete first, right? You're a person first. You're a human first. You're an athlete first.
But in this sense, you're an athlete first.
Right. It's like, why even bring up gender? Why even bring up, like, you can, and it's important that it's out there. We all know that, and we're not bashing people for doing it because we're going to do it plenty of times.
Yeah.
But it's just like we have to make sure that when we bring up examples of greatness, when we bring up how to train, when we bring up production, there's more than just male athletes. Please, media. That's all we beg. That's it.
Yeah. You hit it on the head.
That's it. It's like, you know, we have to continue to push forward and talk about all those who are in the sports world. Not just a select few. And yes, who we like, but stop limiting yourselves. Listen, when I'm dating, I don't want to date just one type of person. Yeah. I want to date a whole, you know, I want to make sure I'm getting a variety of people so, you know, maybe I find the right one. This notion that you have to think of women in a different realm of men in sports, you're never going to get a full variety of the sports world. You're never going to get the full power of sports if you limit yourself and continue to limit yourself. And that's the end of my rant.
And we need to stop. When we talk about women's basketball, we need to stop saying it's boring. They don't dunk. Who cares? It's basketball. The ball gets in the hoop somehow, somewhere.
Malik, I love basketball, and I have never dunked in my life.
Yeah.
And most of y'all have never dunked in your lives. And if you have, you probably respect women's basketball in general.
I have never.
Because that means you're probably a baller. Like,
I've never dunked in my life.
It's, you know, and the game is so beautiful, though. It's not about people are going to be like, oh, yeah, it's fun to watch dunks. And women do dunk, too. Don't forget that. Like, there are plenty of women that can dunk out there. And there's plenty of women that don't even know.
But it's
not even about that. It's never been about that.
Fundamentals, just the small things. Like, it's just the small things.
That's what you like about women's basketball?
That's what I like about basketball in general, honestly. That's why...
Is the fundamentals?
Yeah, the fundamentals, honestly. Like, who's fundamentally sound? Who could use their fundamentals? To me in basketball, it's about fundamentals. You see who's better fundamentally and who's better athletically. And usually the fundamentally sound person beats the athletic person because the fundamentals is like it flows. You know, the
fundamentals are the thing about the fundamentals is it's gonna be there forever.
Exactly. Yeah, athleticism,
and you're gonna always have the consistency.
Like
athleticism, it dies out after a while.
For example, like Luka Doncic. He's slow. Like everyone said this in the draft scouting report. He's slow. This, that, and the third. But Luka Doncic is probably a top 10.
Luka Doncic has the same numbers that LeBron had at this age.
Yeah. They compared the man to Larry Bird right now.
I'm comparing just stats to stats, and if they compare him to Larry Bird, he's great. He's great, and he's fundamentally sound. And when I watch Luka, and I watch a lot of like what Diana Taurasi has done in her life, that's pretty standard like comparison right there. Even though I don't like to compare, which I'm doing right now, so I'm just gonna shut up. But I'm gonna catch myself doing it. But this is what I meant to say out of that.
But we said
he can watch a Diana Taurasi growing up, and I wonder if he did, honestly.
Yeah.
But you know, I think he could have modeled his game after his. But I'm trying to say.
Kyle, but I don't know. But remember when we said the countdown, it's okay to compare, but don't discredit. You know what I mean?
Right. So. That's true, and that's true. Yeah. So, and I don't like even comparing too much is like annoying, but
yeah.
It's not that I was comparing. I'm more of saying like, you know, Luka could look up to a Diana Taurasi, and especially since Luka's younger than us.
They play alike.
They do.
Yeah.
I can see that. And basketball is basketball at the end of the day. So if we're gonna compare, I don't even like to compare man on man, woman on woman. I don't need to do all that. Woman on man, I don't need to do all that. So comparing is comparing, and it's fun to do sometimes. And that's just what, you know. In the sports, you kind of have to have some comparisons out there.
Sport. That's
just to give you an image and a
sport.
Feel.
Sport. Like that's what sports is about. Like basically comparing. You You know what I mean?
Sports, to me, sports are about bringing community together.
That's what one of the elements of sports is about, is comparing. Like,
yeah, that's gonna happen, especially with media.
Exactly.
What do you think coaches do when they make a depth chart?
Compare.
What do you think they do? They're comparing. They're like, I don't know, this person's a little faster. Oh, I don't know, this person's 3 balls a little better. Oh, I don't know, this person might not be good enough 4x1 in the swim relays.
Even coaches compare players. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Rick Carlisle played with Larry Bird, and he said, yeah, that comparison's accurate. He plays like Larry Bird. Rick Carlisle was his teammate.
Exactly. That's just first person.
I believe Rick Carlisle.
First person account, right?
Like, what Luka does is special, though. Is just he uses your athleticism against you because he's so fundamentally sound.
Okay.
So
how's that?
When he dribbles, like think about the last.
Is it a tempo thing with his dribble? Like
yes, it's a tempo. Like, gotcha. He makes you move. He like the way he dribbles. He makes you move his body. Like, he makes you move your body.
Okay.
Where it's just the fundamentals. The fundamentals is kicking in. Okay. And that's going to overweigh the athleticism.
Right. Like, he's making people like overcommit in a way.
Exactly. He's making people overcommit. Right. And he's creating space for a shot to hit game winners.
And it's crazy because when he moves in a box, you know how quarterbacks don't get enough credit, like the slower quarterbacks, like the older generation, like Brady, Manning, all these guys that in a really tight space. Like, if you were to put these people in a little room like we have right now, like we don't have a full, like, we don't have a full like studio. We have a pretty relatively small room. Yeah. If we put those guys in here, their footwork can get them around this room real niftily and real swiftly. And like, I think Luka could do that too in this really tight space. Thanks. But when it comes to running full speed and using those type 2 muscles and like really having big bursts of energy and really being able to explode, they wouldn't be as nifty and tight within the small parameters. And when I see like Luka doing those step backs, he's not moving far. I think he's just getting them to step one way. Yeah. And kind of like, once he sees that counter, boom, let me take a step back. I'm not a basketball coach, but I think that you're hitting it right on the head where he's using his fundamentals to get people to overcommit. Because I don't usually basketball is about athleticism. Don't get me wrong, and there's a big part of athleticism in basketball. Every sport that's physical.
Good players in any sport, you're gonna last longer in the sport that you play because you're fundamentally sound. You're not gonna be able to jump
out the gym.
You're not gonna be able to jump 40 inches off the ground in year 18. Right. You're not.
And if it's year 18, you're already you're verified, you're certified.
Yeah, but not everyone's gonna be like LeBron. Right. Even LeBron, he doesn't use straight athleticism. He used fundamentals. I
think he recognized that early. I can't just blow by everybody and dunk.
Exactly.
So I think he developed that early enough.
The jump shot, and then now you feel a jump shot, and then but he's always been a pass.
So Marc Gasol, he used to be a lot more athletic. Well, he's not. He never was like the most dominant. But he's
never like the most athletic.
But he had to develop different skill sets in order to survive at this point.
I feel like it was already.
Was his 3-point always there though?
Yeah, it was. Who
am I thinking about that?
It was getting there.
Sorry, Brook Lopez. Okay, so Brook Lopez. I don't know why I've gotten them confused before. Brook Lopez. He's
not the most athletic guy, but he was
Mr. Fundamentals though.
But he was definitely the older traditional center. He'll get you the 22 and 12 in the paint.
When they were in New Jersey.
Yeah, when they were in Jersey, and then when he moved to Brooklyn, the game started changing. The stretch 5 came into play.
Was he a star? Yeah. Like was he like the star of New Jersey? I should say.
He wasn't.
I think he was. I remember that. But
the star. He was the star until Deron Williams came on the team. But he was always an all-star, though. He was an all-star for the Nets. I remember.
Right. But okay. You know who gives me those vibes as a Knicks fan?
Oh,
David Lee.
David Lee was also on.
David Lee was the star for the Knicks, and that was a sad, trying time for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Which, listen, we could go on another rant about that another time because I don't feel like doing that right now. We're in a good spot. The Knicks are in a good spot. I'm not gonna say much.
Yeah.
But he kind of gives me those vibes, like the fundamentals, like the fundamentally sound big man, you know.
Yeah.
And that lasted them a while. Like even after David Lee's stardom, people may have forgotten, but like he was in the league for years and years. After that.
Yeah.
Golden State, yeah. So and then now look at Lopez, right?
Milwaukee.
He I don't remember where he ended up in the middle of his career. Where was he? Did he go straight from the Nets organization to
another team? I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He had a short stunt. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, I don't even remember exactly when, but his fundamentals have taken him a long way, and the fact is that he was able to change his game. So he shoots those 3 balls. That's not easy to go from being a post player to this 3-point scat. I wonder how he's doing this year.
I forgot he played on the He played on the Lakers for 1 year, 2017, 2018. Then he went to Milwaukee.
It was a very forgettable year.
That Lakers team was.
It was forgettable. It was absolutely forgettable.
That Lakers team was in.
They were in a dinger.
Yeah.
What did people start saying? The Clippers were, because remember they were like, oh, the Clippers have been winning more than
I still wasn't jacking it because the Clippers. I always said the Clippers when it was Lob City, they were just so dysfunctional, but they were so nice.
They had like this like.
But I always said
slave owner mentality owner.
Yeah, but I always said the Clip even after
like that. What was that? Donald Sterling.
Yeah, Donald Sterling.
That must have been tough as a player to go through.
I did say
as a fan.
I always said the Clippers. This one the Warriors were all right too. I always said the Clippers and the Warriors are the best second round team of all time. That's where they stay. They stay there. That's where they used to stay when
used to
in high school. That's where they used to stay. Even last year, the Clippers stayed there, right?
Yeah.
What
round was that?
Yeah, it definitely was because the third round they stayed they blew a 3-1 lead, and they stayed in the second round. Like I said it before. It's not documented.
I'm just remembering that.
I've said around friends, Clippers are the best second round team in NBA history.
And then that happened. Did that happen after?
Nah, it happened I always said this in high school because they always lose in the second round.
Oh, and that was we graduated in 2015.
Yeah, 2015, and then last year in the bubble, second round exit, got him out of here. Who got him out of here? Nuggets. Nuggets got him out.
Okay, like we're gonna come towards the end of the episode now, but what do you feel about the Lakers? Like, what's going on? So I watch every now and then. I'm not an avid watcher right now. I am a watcher of when it gets more competitive.
Yeah.
So I just want to know what's happening. So AD's still gone. I know he's a couple weeks out. LeBron, what's going on with LeBron? What's going on with Schroeder? What's going on with those guys?
Schroeder's hurt. Schroeder was banged up.
But I think he's back. Okay.
Yeah, he's back.
He had a good game. He had a good game. He had like a 20-point game, right? Yeah. Last game.
Listen, it happens.
What's going on with them?
It's not the end of the world, man.
What's going on? And I want LeBron to do it again because I just like proving people wrong about his greatness.
80 I heard. It happens. He'll be back in the playoffs. He'll be back.
AD.
The thing about basketball is we get too excited and we're stuck on streaks. We're stuck on streaks.
Malik, you better set me off, bro.
What?
Because the Knicks, I'm a Knicks fan. I love the Nets. I'm a Knicks fan at heart.
I love the Nets. I'm a Knicks fan at heart.
Listen,
we get stuck on streaks in basketball. It's only the first half.
Do you see these Knicks fans going crazy right now?
Acting a damn fool.
I would love
nothing yet.
I would love for the conference to stay the way it is, but that's not how it works. That's not. And I want them to make playoffs, and I want them to win a series.
If y'all,
I would love for everybody, everything that every Knicks fan is saying right now. I would love. I would love for that same energy to be there from the players and from the team and from the organization.
Like, I get it. Y'all hype. It's been a while, but y'all need to settle down.
Knicks fans are hyped right now.
Acting like y'all won something.
Knicks fans are hyped right now, and there's a lot of promise, but we need to just calm down and wait.
Calm down.
Let's hold on.
Y'all ain't win nothing yet. Calm down.
Exactly.
Calm down.
We'll celebrate the minor wins. We celebrate the minor victories. Yes, but we are not there yet.
No.
The season is long. There is an All-Star game this year. That's the halfway point.
Yes.
We're not even there yet. Let's settle down.
Not there yet.
Let's continue being New York fans and do what we do best and criticize. No, I'm just kidding. But we don't gotta criticize. But let's just be modest right now. All right. I'm not trying to tell y'all not be happy about what's going on. I love what's happening with New York.
And let's watch out for the Heat.
But we have to be real.
The Heat is coming.
Oh, please.
The Heat is coming. The Heat. We know this for the Heat. The history has shown the Heat are not the best first half basketball team. We are good in the second half. We are on a 6-game winning streak. We are 11-6 when Jimmy Butler's in the lineup. Just wait. I'm telling you. If the standings stay as they are and we play, we're gonna battle. We're definitely gonna get that fourth spot.
That's a good matchup.
The Knicks and Heat. We already beat y'all 2 times already.
Oh, okay.
I got to say that.
Okay, never mind.
We beat y'all 2 times.
Anyways,
watch out for the Heat. I'm just saying, y'all sleeping on Bam. We're making moves this summer too. We're gonna give Victor Oladipo is interested. Him and Bam is cool. We got tied. Kyle Lowry trying to come. Trying to come.
Oh, a bunch of what ifs. The what ifs.
Yeah, but if I say the Knicks, what if? I was about to say the Knicks. What if? Yeah.
What about it? What about
y'all trying to get Bill? Y'all trying to get CJ McCollum.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see that.
That would be tough.
Oh, the what is? That would be tough.
What about it?
What about it?
No. All right. We'll end it with this. If you guys haven't watched the last couple episodes, let's get on that. All right.
Yeah.
We started this from the ground up. This is our fourth episode, and we are on social medias at In Effect. You see it right in front of you if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're not watching on YouTube, you're watching on social media. And if you're not watching and you're listening, just subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe.
Comment.
To Apple Podcasts. Leave a comment, leave a rating, whatever you want to do.
We do respond back.
Always. We love the conversation. We want to make our social media more of like a blog and being able to get y'all involved and just hear y'all thoughts. So please go ahead. In Effect again. You can hashtag In Effect if you have any questions. We'll be looking out for the hashtag. And hey, again, Tiger Woods, thank God. Right.
Facts. Thank God for Tiger Woods.
We need him around. We can't be losing goats like that.
Yeah, we lost enough goats, man.
Yep, and we can't. That was thank God, right? And shout out and congratulations to Renee Montgomery.
Facts.
Because you are amazing and you are a role model for all people, all athletes, all people, and we as men,
we stand you. we stand you, Queen.
We're gonna turn into a Renee Montgomery stand podcast.
Thanks. We stand you.
But we really do appreciate everything that has happened so far. And we just want to continue to see the league grow. We want to continue to see the Atlanta Dream grow. And we want to see Renee Montgomery succeed because this is big, people. So we're tuning out, we're cutting out, and I can't wait to see y'all.
I just want to say one more thing. I just want to say in honor of Women's History Month, I need y'all to. It's a sports podcast. Just watch if you like the sport, watch the women's side of it. get a different perspective of their side. Just support women. You feel me?
I love that.
Support women.
That's a great message, y'all.
You got brought into this world by a woman, so support them. Show them love. They need love too. They need support too. So they support us. We could support them back. That's it. Let's support these women's sports, man.
Let's do it.
Let's uplift them. Let's uplift these queens.
Love it. Deuces, y'all.
Deuces and Effectors. Peace.